Okay. So tonight we are going to work with two colors for now. We're going to do the skin tone and using burnt sienna and white. So this burnt sienna is Winsor & Newton, so it's a little bit more orangey. And it's really great for skin tone when we're doing, this is a very small painting, very small size, so we don't need a lot of colors. So I'm simplifying all these colors in there. No need to go to any other colors. And you can hardly see the face and the hands, the skin in there. So I'm going to start with this part, the face. Most of the face, because she's turning her head around, you cannot see a lot of skin, mostly hair, sunglasses. So I'm using mid-tone, actually darker than mid-tone, a little bit darker than mid-tone. And I'm just going to put color right there. And then I will highlight this. Of course, we're just now covering the canvas. And take some more. We'll put some on the hand. Now, if I want the color, you can see this color is turning really red right now. So if I want to make the color a little bit kind of more a skin tone, I can use with this burnt sienna yellow ochre. And that will change the color into more of a, it would remove the red in the burnt sienna. Okay, now I'm going to put some on her legs. I might need some blue in there, some kind of blue in there. I would say maybe for the darks, or for this, it could be burnt umber only, because that's really small. So if you're working on a bigger size, maybe you want to use cobalt blue to mix with burnt sienna to get a dark color where the shadows are. Okay, let's get, we can use cobalt blue, or sometimes I use ultramarine violet. But for now, I'm going to use burnt umber, just burnt umber for the darker areas.
For the legs?
For any dark area. So you'll see now, because I don't want it to turn too red where the dark areas here. This area here is really dark.
Yeah.
Behind her ear, behind the ear, you'll see a dark line in there, right there, where the ear is, right here.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, so I can highlight it, because I'm going to highlight this after anyway. But just to place. Okay, so this one is okay for now. Maybe, I mean, once it's dark, you push it in. You push the hand in when it's dark, where you have a dark color. And then let's put, there's a kind of a shadow from her coat on her legs. That's darker here. This one is darker. Okay, so now we're going to take white, put it in my burnt sienna, and that's why I'm saying it's really simple. I'm not going to fuss with the color, skin tone color. This is good enough. All right, so now let's take my highlight and just add it here. behind the ear. And I'm going to highlight her earlobe right there. Her actual ear right there. And I can see in the reference, I can see that part of the ear at the bottom is a little bit darker right here. So I'm using burnt umber. Of course, I have the highlighted burnt sienna, so I'm adding burnt umber to it. So you don't want it to be a strong, dark burnt umber in there. Okay, let's take a little bit more of the white in the burnt sienna, because you know with acrylics it dries darker. All right, now this is good enough. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight the hand. I'm going to start with the, you know what? I'm going to start with a medium tone. I like to start with medium tone and then I highlight. So I'm going to start with a medium tone and with this, with the thumb part. And I'm not going to highlight the whole hand, just this part. But I really have to be careful with this. You don't want it to look funny. So you want to highlight the rest of the hand in, but let's add burnt umber in here with the burnt sienna and white. Now let's take again white and burnt sienna. Do you want me to stop?
No.
Pause? No? You're okay?
No.
You're okay? Okay. Let's again start with this part. I'm gonna darken a bit here, medium tone. I'm just trying to get some movement of, that's too light, of the knuckles. I'm gonna need some green. It's just a bit of a dark green in there. And I'm gonna do some negative painting. Very, very hard to do this part. It looks funny in the painting, in the picture. It looks okay in the picture actually, but it's hard to paint. Highlighting, stronger highlighting here, adding more white. I can't really see her hand. Can you see the hand?
No, not really. But anyway,
I mean,
we have to do something.
I know it goes on an angle like this, and I could see the knuckles, but I can't see exactly what's happening.
Fortunately, we don't do the other one.
No. Yes.
My God.
Let's go in. Push it in. I think if I'm going too dark with the value right now, and I should be actually bringing the value a little bit closer to the skin tone of the green, so there's not a big contrast. But here, let's see if I push this part out a bit. So I'm trying to add some yellow now to my green, just because I want to bring the color. See, there's a dark green right next to her hand, and it makes the hand jump, like there's a big contrast in there. So in order to bring the values closer to each other, so you don't see the hand too much, you close the gap of the contrast that you have, and this way the hand will just disappear. It will be there, but it's not pronounced. It's not too strong. Okay, that's good. As soon as I highlighted the green here from a dark green into a medium tone, because the hand is a medium tone too, it looks better.
On the screen, her hand looks like it's got yellow on it.
It doesn't have yellow, but if you have a bit of yellow in there, I mean, yellow, you mean yellow where the highlight is here?
Yes.
No, there's no yellow.
It's all white.
Yeah, it's white and burnt sienna, but there's no yellow.
Leah, what did you use as a darker color? Did you say you used burnt umber?
Yeah, touch of burnt umber, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit messy in here, the hand, but I'm waiting for it to dry a bit so I can fix the skin tone. Okay.
Mine looks like a clump.
Mine too. Mine too. But keep in mind, this is not the focal point. And once we start putting the coat, we'll work on the coat, and you're not gonna hardly see this. What I'm trying to do right now is get a very soft transition from dark to light, so I don't have a cut, a line. Although, I mean, when you look at her hand, it does have a line, a strong line, and it's very nice because it shapes the hand or the fingers. It's very It's a very nice one, but this one. Okay, I don't want to fuss with it too much, because honestly, it's just not a focal point, so it's fine. I think it needs to go in more like this in here. Like the angle should be stronger, like this. Okay, it's fine. Good enough. I'm gonna pause for a minute so we can see what we're gonna do next.
One more time, Leah. What did you say the color?
Okay, for the hair, black, black, burnt umber, and yellow ochre. So I'm gonna take black right now, right here. Here, push this in so you can see. Mix it with burnt umber because I need that dark so I can put the highlights. Okay, and let's start with this part. We can push the hair down over her forehead because, you know, she's bending her head down, or we could just continue and it's, you know.
So you're using just black right now?
No, I'm using black and burnt umber together. I mix them. Is it raining outside still?
It's pouring. Oh, is it? No, I don't think so anymore. Yeah.
My husband tried to take Chester for a walk this afternoon. They came back after like 5 minutes.
Oh, at one point it was pouring.
Yeah. He said it's too much water, too much rain.
Too much rain.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Meanwhile, let's let it dry. Let this part dry a bit, and I'll do the sunglasses. So I'm using black, just black for the sunglasses. They look like Ray-Ban to me. Okay. Okay. So in between, there's a beautiful little triangle between the sunglasses in the background, right here, right there, and that right here.
This is white.
This is raw umber and white. This is the exact color of the background. You don't have to do raw umber. You could do use burnt umber and white. Burnt umber and white is fine too.
But this is round, right?
Mm. The glasses?
The glasses, yes.
The shape?
Right,
it's not really round. It's more like this, I think. Something like this.
Yeah.
You could put round, it's fine too. And just something like this.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna pause a bit before I start highlighting the hair. All right, so now I'm gonna highlight her hair. So I have here burnt umber and yellow ochre. So for this highlight, I'm going to start with yellow ochre and burnt umber, and then I will add a bit of white to this combination. So the reason I did not use burnt umber and white, and I'm using yellow ochre first and burnt umber, is just because when you mix burnt umber and white, it's dull. It's going to be a dull color. The highlight is not going to look warm. So that's why, and you'll see with this, it's easier to show this kind of subtle brownish color.
What's the combination that you're using?
I'm using burnt umber and yellow ochre.
Burnt umber and yellow.
For the first layer, and even with this, I mean, I have a feeling it will look really nice with a bit of red in there too, instead of
yes
in the hair. But I'm not gonna go there because red is hard, it's not easy to use. So, and it's just a hint, very soft hint of the color here, the highlights. It's not a lot of highlights. I think it needs more yellow, burnt umber than yellow ochre in here.
Are you also using white?
No, not yet. Not yet. I'm just using burnt umber and yellow ochre, and that's it for now. I don't think I'm not sure if I'm going to use white. We'll see if the yellow ochre is not doing the job, then we will add a bit of white to the yellow ochre at the end, for not for everything, just for where the strong highlights are. Now I'm using more of the yellow ochre because it's going to dry darker anyway. We have to find a new project for the after this one.
Yes.
I take a bit of white now with yellow ochre and water, so your color the paint doesn't blob. Wipe my brush, because now we're using strong highlight. Oh, needs more yellow. And even if I put, let's say I use too much white in my yellow ochre, and I lose that yellow or that warm color that I have in there, it's okay. I wait for it to dry, and then I can glaze it with yellow ochre after. So you could still see the hair, the strands of hair, even though they are white. Once you glaze them, they will turn yellow. not yellow, you know, like you tone down, you remove that white by just glazing. Tone it down, and I'll show you. Actually, I'm going to do it on purpose right now. You should use a bit of kind of maybe burnt sienna in here with yellow ochre, because it's very dull right now. The only thing is I have to wait for it to dry. Ooh, nice. Burnt sienna in there, in the yellow ochre. It makes it really warm. So I'm adding a bit of water in there. Becomes like, see, becomes kind of transparent like that. And I'm not sure if it's dry, but I can go over this and glaze it. Now I did lose some of the darks, of course, in there, like because I was highlighting too much. Let's take this. Voila. So I'm going to go back and with burnt umber, get these dark areas back because I lost them. I mixed the three of them. I mixed burnt sienna, yellow ochre, and burnt umber. I'm going to add a tiny bit of white now. And highlight some of these strands of hair. Not everywhere. Parts. All right, that's good enough. All right, it's good. Okay, next week we'll work on the scarf and the coat. And we'll see if there's anything else to be done before we're done, before we finish.